of a weird setup today, but it's the best I can do in my circumstances. As you can see, I'm currently away, so I've not been able to upload my content as much as I wanted to over the last few days. I've got a couple of videos pending, but I really wanted to just get this video out. I don't want the channel to die or anything like that. I want to keep going, and yeah, I kind of miss the momentum of just building and producing content. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking to you about how you should take control over your life. So if you were to speak to an average guy, 95% an NPC type of person, and ask them if they're where they want to be in life, I think I could speak for probably 90% of people that they would probably say no, or even the certain maybe 5% of people who would say, oh yeah, I'm actually quite happy with where I want to be. Realistically, they're probably going to be lying with themselves. So I think one of the best pieces of advice I've kind of heard is if you do not create your reality, then someone else is going to create that for you. And I believe that is literally so true. There's not really any other option. If it's not your decisions, then someone else is making them for you. And I think a lot of people unconsciously go through life letting other people dictate how they should live their lives. And I think when you actually take a step back and realize that this is happening, that I don't think it's any way that anyone should be living their life, especially as like a young, masculine young man. It's just not the way. It's not true to yourself. It's not the way we should be living. And for me, one of the number one indicators to happiness, and I'm sure a lot of people can agree with me, is freedom. And I'd probably say freedom and fulfillment come before anything. And I've learned from doing like the 9-to-5 job, or doing a job I didn't care about at all. And you can probably relate to this, and a lot of us have just done jobs that we just didn't really like, but the money was all right. It wasn't too bad that we had to leave. It's just not the same as when you start doing your own thing, like me doing this channel and working towards where I want to be in life. If I didn't keep making these videos, then I'm not going to get there, and this is going to take me one step closer to where I want to be. That's hence why I'm doing the videos, even when it would be easier for me not to do the videos. I don't have my equipment with me, I'm away. I could easily just say I'm on holiday or something like that, but it's not going to get me where I want to be. And we're going to be talking about the mastery of self-control, which is, I think, is the biggest thing for a young man in becoming more disciplined and to getting where they want to be, creating your own reality, achieving your wildest dreams. We have modern day addictions that are the biggest vice for stopping young people creating their own reality. I don't need to really mention them, you know them: social media, porn, video games, junk food, all of this type of stuff that we know. And I've spoken heavily to you about this and how to kind of cut out these addictions and replace them with better habits. For me, I truly believe that if you can get rid of these addictions out of your life, and you cut out all the distractions and trying to keep up with everyone else, going out partying, going out drinking, taking drugs, just hanging around with your loser friends, which I've mentioned, which I know a lot of people do get offended about because they've had the same friends for a long time. But at the end of the day, most people, if you have a certain amount of ambition, they're not going to want the same things out of life as you, and there'll come a point, whether you want to admit it or not, where you're going to have to cut them out. But if you can kind of cut out all of that and cut out trying to just keep up with everyone else, when you see them maybe settling down with a partner, or they're trying to have kids, or they're getting a house, they're getting a car, and you're like, oh, like, I'm missing out so much. Everyone's going out every weekend, and it's just, I'm not doing that. I'm at home, I'm working and stuff. But a lot of people need to just zoom out and look at the bigger picture and where you are both going to be in a few years' time. And for me, it comes down to the mastery of self-control and discipline when it comes to young men. It's very different for women. It is a lot more down to kind of hormones and kind of following what your body tells you. And for men, it's the complete opposite. It is all about having self-control. And a perfect example for this is when we have that urge to go watch porn, go masturbate, is to not go and do it. And we know that's the right thing to do. We know when we don't feel like going to the gym, having the discipline of just doing it anyway, working on a business when you're not seeing the results. These are all the things that we know are right, and it's kind of having that level of self-control and mastering that will separate you from the rest, separate you from 95% plus people out there who don't have that level of discipline, who won't just carry on regardless when everyone else is giving up, because that's the difference between you and them. They'll give up when the going gets tough and you continue going. And I think that's kind of the main message that I wanted to get across in this video. But maybe I should speak a bit more about how you kind of do get to that, because I don't want this to be just a video where I'm just telling you like you're not in control. I want to give you some like actionable steps. So for me, when it comes to taking action on controlling your life, sometimes you just need to take a step back and think, am I really where I want to be in life? Am I really doing the things that are making me fulfilled? And I would look at the main pillars of life. I would look at relationships, I'd look at health, slash fitness, and wealth. They're the kind of three main things that you need to focus. So relationships covers like intimate relationships, friends and families. And then you have kind of the health aspect, which covers obviously your health, which is, we do kind of know, is one of the most important things. If we don't have that, we can't live. And obviously that relates heavily into fitness, which is probably going to be your main concern. If you're quite young, you shouldn't really have too many major health concerns. And you have obviously your finances, which is pretty much money solely, and assets, etc. I want you to just take a step back and kind of think, am I where I want to be in these three areas of life? And if the answer is no, then there shouldn't really be any excuse for you to just not want to go all out to just achieving where you want to be. If you are already there, which you probably aren't, if you are this deep into this video and you watch a lot of my content, we are not at a level yet where we're just happy to kind of be like, yep, that's it, I'll kind of live life how I want it now, I don't really need to work. Even though I feel like when I get to this point, and maybe when you get to this point too, you'll probably feel different, and you'll kind of have another mission, another purpose in life. But I completely understand how difficult it is to even know where you want to be in life, and that is what I'm here for. So I'm not trying to sell you anything, but if you are interested in kind of getting to where you want to be and you want an actionable plan to get to that maybe, or just want a bit more guidance, then that's exactly what I'm here for. I've been in that stage of my life myself, and I needed that guidance to get to where I want to be. So I have a new link below where you can work one-on-one with me if you want to just have a one-on-one session, or make it more longer in blocks. I have that too. But if you don't want to do that, I wish you all the best in getting to where you want to be and taking control over your life, because I think that is the biggest. It is having that mastery of self-control. I think if that's the one thing you take from this video, I hope it's kind of developing self-control and discipline that we do kind of already know. That is going to take you further, and that's going to be what separates you from the rest, and creating the reality and the life that you've always wanted to live, which should be on your terms and no one else's. That is the only way you should be living your life. But yeah, that's today's video. I hope you enjoyed. More content coming, link below to work with me, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.